And I think we are live. So, hi everyone, I'm Carolyn.
And I'm Melissa.
And we're doing something really different today. The poor old Tassie Stitchers, we've been a bit slack.
We have been a bit slack, but there's been a lot going on.
There has been a lot going on. So if you are watching this video, it is about our cross-stitching, mostly. And we haven't recorded anything since the 16th of February. So there will be a fair bit to get through from the 16th of May. And yeah, I guess we just get into everything apart from, you know, I don't know that we're going to address the world situation at the moment, but we do hope that everybody is safe and well and having some fun getting some stitching done.
Pretty much. Just hope everybody's well and staying sane and
staying sane. I'm not sure about that bit.
To murder their families yet.
Yeah, that's it. So we're recording on Zoom, which is something we haven't done before. So this will be interesting to see how it pans out. And I now have, good on you, we're recording. Anyway, this is going to happen. People will walk in. Do you want to, how are we doing this? How we normally do it? One on, one off?
One at a time, and then I'll probably have a bit more than you. So
you will.
So do you want me to start?
Yes, you can start.
Okay, so just bear with me because I've got a big pile of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That one we can do. That's a new start. Okay. So we're starting with WIPS.
Yep.
Now, you have seen this one, but I'll pull a photo up in a second. This is Hello Summer from the CrossStitcher 2019 Hello edition.
That's no very bright and colourful.
I love it. And I love the fabric too. It's the fabric flare.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Nice.
So this is Hello Summer. On this I've done 1,483 stitches since you've last seen it. And it's on 32 count fabric flare just using the called for DMCs. So that's where I'm up to.
It's very pretty.
And I'll find the picture. Because sorry, I'm organised but not organised. So that is what it will look like.
Cool.
Not the best picture to print out from my computer, but
get the
nice
eye.
And bright and colourful.
Yeah.
And don't know when I'll be back to that one. Hopefully soon because I like it.
You like that one? It's nice and bright.
Yes.
Well, since the 16th of February, it has just been absolutely crazy for me. I haven't got a lot of stitching in. Well, I didn't think that I'd done a lot of stitching, but I have done some. If you were watching the last video, I bought a shop. That was my big haul. So I'm getting used to being a business owner and I just haven't had a lot of time. But what I have been working on, a few bits and pieces. When I actually brought it out, it's like, oh, I have done some. So I was using, I'm trying to show from the Sassy Devils that, so that's the Australian cross stitch subscription, that we get a beautiful variegated silk from Silks For You. And I've been sharing with people what they could do with it and how it stitches up. So I've managed to stitch this ornament with the spring Silks For You thread, and that's just on perforated paper, and I've cut out in between. So that'll be going on my Christmas tree. So that's a whip and a new start, a whip and a finish all in one. That's pretty good. So that's my first little one.
And so much greener than we thought that colour would come out. Yeah,
it's really, really bright. It's absolutely beautiful the way that it stitches up. This is a Linen and Threads pattern. It's one of the ornaments that's coming out with the 2020 sale stitch along that people are doing. I'm not doing a stitch along, but I am doing the ornaments. They're really gorgeous. So
They're
that's
really cute. Yeah. And a lot bigger than I thought they'd be too.
Well, that's on 14 count perforated paper, so it is quite big.
Yeah.
If you were doing it just on fabric, I would have done, you know, quite a lot smaller, but yeah, it is a bit bigger than, but it's good because it shows how the colour stitches out really well on there.
I'm yet to use any of those, so.
Oh, well, that's my second.
Right. Your second one?
Yeah, I've done the winter. That's the spring. I'll move on to the next one after this.
So my next WIP is Fern. She's a Nora Corbett pixie. She's so very cute. I know. So I stitched on her only in March for the Round the World Challenge in Semi-Sane, and I managed to get 1,282.5 stitches. And that's
wow, she's looking awesome.
I know, she just needs a head and some feet and some wings.
She's a headless pixie.
She is a headless pixie.
But she has a beautiful dress.
She does. I really like the way all those colours came out.
Very nice.
And especially on this, so this is 32 count Belfast linen from Crafty Leanie. It was one of her fabrics of the month. I think it was called, oh, here it is, Nightshade.
Very good.
And that's just using the called for threads, which were pretty much DMC.
Yeah.
There's a Crying that I have to use, but haven't got to that one yet.
You will.
Eventually.
Yeah, you will. So I'm going to, oh no, that's all right. This will be a bit of everything, this one. So this is another linen and threads one, the one that I've been working on, the 2018 stitch along. This is where we're at.
Wow.
Getting low.
You've done a lot.
So since you last saw this, I've done, that's the March block. I'll bring him up a bit closer. And then below that, where the lion is, this is the April and May. Well, April and May for me. I'm not, yeah, because I'm stitching it with another friend in South Australia, and we're not stitching it according to the actual plan. So we've done this in November, December, January. No, there was a border in there somewhere. Anyway, whatever I did, I've done that and that. March and April. So May.
Good. I think the last time I saw it in person, you were still working on the dragons.
Oh, okay. Well, I've finished the dragons. They've got all 4 legs now. Because I missed a leg. I had a 3-legged dragon.
I know.
So May, we'll see the rest of this finished up. And that's on 16 count Evenweave with silks for you. I can't remember the number, but I will pop that in.
That's a big piece.
It is. It's huge. And especially this this one is a 2-month section. So it's really quite large. But that's okay. And half my
So my next piece is a Satsuma street piece. It's called Voyage. I'm stitching this for my son, so I generally only stitch on it 1 day a month. So since you've last seen it, it's had 3 days for a total of 941 stitches.
Excellent.
And this is stitching really quickly. Almost done the boat, and then I've just got a little bit to do down in the ocean section. There's some, you can see there's some fish and waves and stuff down the bottom.
That looks good.
But yeah, I reckon I'll have that finished by the end of this year.
Yeah, good job.
Stitching up.
They're nice and easy to do, aren't they? Satsuma strip.
Yeah.
So the next one for me is we're going to continue on with the nautical theme. So I joined the Arena Verbena group on Facebook, where we managed to get ourselves a nice free pattern. And I've done this on 32 count linen with the cold for DMC, and this is the C sampler. Again, a new start, a whip and a finish all together. It's just gorgeous.
I like that. The colours in that are so beautiful.
So beautiful. And I've done that one for my brother. He guessed.
I know, I saw that.
Not usually something I would stitch for myself, even though I really like it, and it's sort of in that Quaker style, but it's just so beautiful. So yeah, I managed to do that one. So even though I thought I hadn't actually done a lot of stitching, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
So my next one is another family piece. This is one I'm doing for my husband. This one has had 2 days since you've last seen it, for 784 stitches. So I'm working on Captain America's shield at the moment.
That one is going to take a while, isn't it?
It's going to take forever, and I haven't done any of the back stitch yet. But there's a lot of blended threads, there's a lot of half stitches, there's a lot of back stitch in there. It's not going to be a quick finish, and this is what it will look like. Oh, let me turn the brightness down.
Sorry, if you can hear that noise, it's just our water pressure, the washing machine's going.
So that's what that will look like when it's finished. Kind of. Yeah. Sorry, I don't have a picture of that printed out. It didn't come with a pattern.
Oh, that's all right. So
And again, that's Aida, white Aida, 14 count Aida. So it's going to be huge.
Yeah, it is big. And it will take a while to get done, but eventually it will get done. I had a new start. So this one I didn't finish. I'm pretty sure I've shown you the Autumn Quaker by Rosewood Manor. Sorry about the shine and the glare. Started that one and I got a bit done on it. Just the top corner, if I can get it in the right, up the right way. There we go. So I've just done the top left-hand corner so far, but the colours are just lovely. And that's
love that purple.
Yeah, the purple's pretty cool, isn't it? The colours are gorgeous. So that is using the Valdani threads, which looks like a box of chocolate. First time using those, and just straight off the spool, so it's 3-stranded, which is quite different to what I'm used to stitching with, but they get used to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got a Rosewood Manor hiding in my stash.
Yeah.
That probably won't get. I've got the baskets. Remember, I got it in the Fox collection Bonanza.
Yep. Oh yes, I remember your little collection Bonanza.
No. Yeah. So my next one is temperature balloons. So this has had 2 days since you've seen it. It's not up to date. I think I'm partway through March. But I've put 1,261 stitches in that so far.
Oh, very good. They're lovely and bright.
They're nice and bright. And this is on 25 count Zweigart Lugana in blue, light blue, just using DMC's 1/1. So it's going to be pretty cute and dinky when I finished.
I haven't touched my temperature balloon. No, my temperature tree. I'm very behind on quite a lot.
But you didn't restart it, did you?
Not yet. I'm not happy with the coverage of the tree trunk, so I still haven't decided what I'm going to do about that yet, whether I'll just go back over it with another strand or whether I'll restart it on different fabric. We'll see. I don't know.
Tough one.
Just haven't quite been in the right frame of mind to stitch on that one, but it's in there.
Yeah.
It's going.
So if I don't keep my basket organised as I go along, I'm not going to know what the hell's happening at the end.
That's all right. So I've been doing a little bit of experimenting, finding loads and loads of things that I want to try in this, in my knit workshop. It is amazing, things that I've found, and I'm experimenting at the moment with the Overdyed 103 silk. It's just such a beautiful colour. Now, I don't remember where I got this. Well, this pattern was a free one off Facebook. I can't remember who, where, why, or what. I don't have a picture of it. Oh, but this is what I started. It's very tiny. So this is 1/1 on 28 count.
It's pretty though.
It is very cute, and that's using that. So it just comes off the spool. It's really nice to use. Hands Across the Sea samplers do use this with their samplers, and also the Silk Dergère, which I haven't tried that either yet. Like I said, there's so many things I want to try.
It's like a candy store.
Oh, it is. It is. It's incredible.
Okay, my next one is Harry Potter, the Stitch Along, Stitch Your Own Adventure. I don't have a picture, but I think everybody's seen what this is looking like.
Yep.
So I'm a Ravenclaw, and I decided to start stitching on the Ravenclaw. I finished the train, started the castle, and then moved down to the banner because I needed blue stitches. And then I've stuck with the banner because the banner's easy, quick stitches.
Yeah.
So in that, since I've last shown it, I've put 2,292 stitches.
Wow. I still love the train.
And will come out tonight as well. So that's my tonight's project.
I've decided not to do that one. I kitted it up, but I haven't started it, and there's aspects of it that I really like. The whole thing's just not really grabbing me at the moment. You never know. But at this point in time, I won't be starting that one.
It's not the simplest stitch I've ever done. It's a lot of shading and a lot of round and round and round in circles. Yeah, but that's on, I'm very bad at fabric. So that's on 32 count Lugana from Crafty Leanie, and that was a custom die for me for that one.
Nice. So I picked up the Enlightenment Stitch Along from Tempting Tangles again. I'd like to get this finished next week. As you can see, there's only a tiny bit left in the corner, bottom corner to do. Again, that's using, that's just random silks for you threads. And this is 28 count Evenweave. I think it's a fabric flare one, which is really nice to stitch on. I'm really enjoying that. So I'd like to get that finished next week if I can. But I have been doing a little bit.
Good.
Yeah.
So my next one is my Modern Folk embroidery sale from last year. I'm on the December block. Yay. Since you've last seen it, I've done 3,083 stitches. And mind the Q snap in the bottom, but that is
so close.
Where we're at. Does that all fit in?
Just. The colours are so lovely. I really like the colours in that one.
But since you've seen it last, I've kind of finished off the November block, which is the middle one, and moved on to the December one. And there was another house.
You love houses.
I hate houses.
So this is my Modern Folk embroidery stitch along for this year. dear, it's quite big. And this is on a 32 count Country Vintage Mocha Belfast, which I absolutely love this fabric. Where are we? It's a bit difficult doing it like this. Again, using a Silks for You variegated. I'll put the numbers down below, but that's as far as I've gotten with that one. I don't know if you can see that very well.
It's nice. The colours are very subtle.
Yeah.
But I think it's the camera.
I've made a really big mistake, but I think I can fudge it with that. I haven't picked it up for quite a while, so I'm very behind on that one, but I'm getting there.
So yeah, I forgot to say this is 32 count platinum Belfast with Silks PRO73.
Very pretty.
Next one. My least favourite project that I have. So this is.
Why is it your least favourite? It's so pretty.
It's very pretty, but I'm stitching at 2/1 on 18 count, and I hate 18 count for full coverage.
Yeah, I agree.
So this is where I'm up to. So since you've last seen it, I've really just filled in a bit more of the owl down here. Yeah, and I haven't done much on that. I've only done 589 stitches.
But it's nice to see all the colours coming out.
Yeah, I think I'll have to come in and visit you because all the other colours left in the pattern come in this page, bar one.
Of course.
So I'll have to kit up the rest of the colours before I can move much further in.
I haven't worked on either of my Heaven and Earth designs at all since February. Been far too busy.
No, well, that's the first one that I've touched since probably February. I mean, I did enjoy the stitching full coverage again. I just don't enjoy the 2/1 on.
Yeah. Yeah. 18 count for full coverage. I agree. It's not my favourite.
Not my. I much prefer.
People do like it though.
I know they do. I just prefer 22 count or 25 count for full coverage. So. Yeah.
I don't have any more WIPs.
Oh, okay. So it's just me then.
Yeah.
Bear with me while I work out what the hell that one is. Yeah, okay.
I've got a couple of new haul things if you want me to jump into that.
Oh, it's up to you. I don't have any haul. My haul is dispersed amongst
everything.
Upcoming projects.
Crash bang.
So my next WIP is Fairytale Land.
Ooh. Yes.
And I've done quite a lot of this one. Since you last saw this, I've done 10,141 stitches.
Wow. Look at you go. Oh, I love the whale. That's so cool.
I love the whale. The whale is so cute. But I think you saw most of that top section, so it's more down here that you haven't seen. There's Ariel.
Yep.
And I'm starting, all the unbackstitched section is the Wizard of Oz section.
Yep.
And there's Anne of Green Gables.
Oh.
And Hansel and Gretel.
That's very cute. You've done a great job on that one. Lots of work.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm really gonna push to get it finished by the end of June, but there's a lot of stitches left in it. But again, unless I say I use called for DMC, and this is another crafty Leanie fabric. This was another 32 count. And this one was called Foxy. I think it was a another fabric of the month or fabric club one.
Yeah, I've got that fabric. I haven't. Oh, am I doing? I think I might be doing Pansy on Foxy. Mine Oracle.
Are you? It's a nice one. It's kind of the blue and purpley coloured one. Blue, pinks, and yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Wiccan Sampler.
Ooh.
So this is another one by Irina
Verbena, I think it is.
Verbena. Yeah, I can never remember. This one I have to try and have finished by the end of this month. So this will be a kind of focus piece for this month. This is where I'm up to.
You've done.
So this is kind of a new start WIP for me. So I've done 2,886 stitches. But the tree is one stitch too far that way.
Nobody would ever know.
I know, because this doesn't line up and that doesn't line up. And it drives me nuts, but I'm not pulling it out because that tree took forever. So we're not pulling that out. No.
That looks good though. That looks good. I liked that one. I was weighing up that one.
I think I'm more than halfway because there's not too much to do down the bottom.
All the little ones take time though, don't they? All the little motifs.
Oh, look, they do. But these really, really tiny ones, they probably only take about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And these ones, you probably take an hour, 40 minutes to an hour.
Yep.
So it all takes time, but I kind of like the, strangely enough, I like the little Quaker motifs because they're very repetitive.
Yeah.
So once you've done one corner, you know how to do the other corners, which I think speeds it up a bit because you don't always have to go back and look at the pattern.
Yes, I found that with the C sampler. It was a bit like that, which was nice.
So do you want me to go into new start since we've
yeah,
last seen each other? Have you got any of those? You've done all those. You've done yours?
I kind of combined mine with, new start WIP finish all together. I don't really have anything new.
Try and do this in order. So I had so this is my little beach buddy scenes. So this is the one you saw before. This is the mice on the hammock. And since you last saw that, I have put in 643 and a half stitches. So this is 1 over 1 on 22 count.
Nice.
And I think fabric I've dyed myself.
Yep.
And then this is the next one. You know I like to do background first and then fill in. So this is dogs playing at the beach. And on that one, I've done 1,021 and a half stitches.
Very good.
But you wouldn't know by looking at it because they're tiny.
Yeah. Cute though. So
they're the beach buddies. They were in CrossStitcher magazine summer edition. I like the summer edition. And this is what they look like. So that was the hammock one, the mice in the hammock. And this is the dogs playing at the beach.
Nice.
And I've had a request from my son to do the other two as well. So
you've got a real thing.
Those popping up in Maynia. Next, I had the Wiccan Sampler was a new start. I also started this. This is a long dog. So this is Saint Sylvester. I'm stitching this on 32 count pearl grey from Zweigart, Belfast. Inner Silks for You, but I can't remember the number.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful one. Wow.
But I really, really like this. It's really pretty.
That's gorgeous. Yep.
I'm really liking how it's working on that fabric too.
Those colours are beautiful.
Yeah. Some of the lighter greens aren't showing up as well on camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, it all pops on that one. And this one will look like, if I can get the piece of paper out without showing the pattern. That's the picture. So it's just like a big Celtic cross type design.
Gorgeous.
But stitches up pretty quickly because there's over 1,300 stitches in that one.
Yeah, okay. So there's a bit.
So do you want, I'll show you the other one I like next, and then I'll show you the one I don't like. How's that?
Okay.
Bear with me while I pop up, because otherwise I'll just be a disaster.
That's okay.
So this is the next one that I like. This is another sew to stitch design, but has hardly any back stitch. So this is World Postage Stamp.
Oh yes, yep.
Quite a long design. I'm stitching this on 28 count Jobelan in olive, just with the DMCs. I think one is a bit close, but I'm just running with it for now. So I have almost finished the New York stamp.
Hang on, I've got to put my goggles on. Oh yeah.
So that's New York stamp.
Wow.
Almost finished.
Yep.
And I had to divert down and do some purple stitching for a challenge. So we have a random purple outline just part way down the pattern. And God, I hope that's in the right spot.
Yes.
I counted to that and recounted and recounted and recounted. So
Right.
that is in the right spot. But I have to say, I really like stitching on Jobelan.
Yeah. Nice and easy.
I'm really enjoying stitching on the Jobelan. It goes pretty quickly. So in that one, there's exactly 1,200 stitches.
Oh, okay. Very good.
It's nice and exact. And then the last new start, I'm not enjoying. I like the picture. I'll show you the picture first, because I really like the design, but I'm just not enjoying stitching on it. So this is Northern Lights Polar Bear. The colours in it are gorgeous.
They are.
All the greens that are in it are just beautiful. Like this is not all the threads, but that's most of the greens.
Mm-hmm.
But really pretty. And this is just on a test piece of fabric that I dyed. And don't mind all of the hairs because I'm doing waist knots. But this is where I'm up to. Can you see that? And I don't like it.
What don't you like? There's no green in it yet.
There's no green in it yet. I'm just doing his legs at the moment. So I'm kind of working down here in his legs. It's just the colours don't flow really well. There's like one here and one over there and one down there. And it's like, it's just, I don't know. It's hard stitching because you've got to concentrate.
Okay.
I think it'll look really pretty once it's done. It's just not a stitch you can sit down and breeze through.
Yeah. Maybe once you get into the greens, it might be a bit easier.
No, I think the greens are going to be just as bad. I don't think it's just the fact that it's grey, although it's also really hard to tell. I think the colours are also so close.
Mm-hmm.
you kind of got to go from the pattern as to where you are. You can't visualize it on the stitch because all the colours are so very close.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I'll persevere with it. I have done 1,211 stitches.
That's good.
I discovered one stitching on this that this is actually 18 count Aida.
That's why you don't like it.
Well, that's probably another reason why I don't like it. So I'm doing 2/2 on 2/1 on 18 count Aida, but yeah, it's just, look, I think it'll be nice when it's done, but I'm not enjoying it. So that's it for me for new starts and WIPs. You've also done your finishes. Do you want me to do my finish?
Yeah.
I have a very exciting finish. You've already seen it. So I actually managed to finish Harp seal.
Look at him.
And I'm so happy.
He's so
I love the way it turned out.
He really is adorable.
And I miss stitching on him now.
Well, you could always stitch it again.
No.
Well
but
done.
I do miss stitching on him, so I was very happy about that. Now I just have to get it framed, which is not easy to do when everything's...
Yes, and I'll just have to wait a little bit longer.
So my goddaughter now knows, well, her mother knows that there's a present coming for her 13th birthday, which was in December.
Oh, well, you know, at least they'll know it was a labour of love.
It was. It took me a year. Just over. I started it in March 2019 and I finished it in March 2020.
You did pretty good. Yeah.
So, you know, I was pretty happy. It is a big piece. It's 12 pages or something. I mean, the last 4 pages weren't big pages.
Yeah.
The Mystic Stitch pattern, so the pages are a bit smaller than a Haid, but there's still a lot of stitching.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do miss stitching on that. So I didn't add up all my stitches because that was just a bit overwhelming.
And I haven't counted any.
For 3 months, because that was basically 2.5 months of stitching.
Yep. Yes, I haven't really partaken of any of the challenges. I'm going to start with easing myself back into challenges though with semi-sewn stitches in that group. Just with the non-counting challenges, I think I'll start with alphabet soup, just something easy.
Yeah,
don't mind my washing machine. It's very noisy. Yes. So I'll ease myself back into that, but that's okay. So we're going to go Mania?
Yeah. I mean, I kept up with all my challenges. I've met all my round the world challenges for semi-sewn, so I'm pretty happy with that. But yeah, Mania.
And so mine's pretty easy. I'm not doing all the new starts every day or the first 15 days or anything like that. That's just not something I can handle this year. I'm going to do my own version of the Macadamia. So I'm going to go Monday to Friday. I'm going to work on one WIP Monday to Friday, a different one each week. So starting on Monday, I will work on the Enlightenment WIP and get that finished. If I finish that within that week, then I'll do something different. The second week, I'm going to work on the Linen and Threads 2018 sale because I've still got the May section to finish on that one. The week starting the 18th, I'm going to work on Nora Corbett's Pansy because I've missed her for the last 2 months and I've been very, very slack with that. So I want to put a full week into her. And then the last week I'm going to work on the Autumn Quakers by Rose Manor. On the weekends, I will work on the Modern Folk embroidery cell, stitch along. I've really got to get some work done on that one. And I'm going to start, a new one. Sarah Spencer by Hands Across the Sea Samplers.
Okay,
So,
do I know that?
I'm not sure. I will just see if I can bring her up on my screen. I don't know how this will work. See if I can find her for you. So having this needle workshop, as I said, is a little bit dangerous, especially for wanting to do new starts. But Nicola from Hands Across the Sea has designed 4 what she calls a little gems. They're 4 smaller reproduction samplers, and this one just really grabbed me. Let's see if I can share my screen with you.
Yeah, I forgot about sharing screens. Could have done that instead of my phone.
Well, you could have done. I just have to figure out.
To get used to new technology.
So this is what I'm going to start. Sarah Spencer.
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, it just really grabbed me. The reds and the greens and the little tiny birds. They're so cute. The little baskets here. They really
and there's
are.
no houses. Perfect.
Houses. And very few words. It's just her name. And it's just, I just really liked that one. That one grabbed me. And again, that will be my first Hands Across the Sea sampler. It's a smaller one. It will be on 32 count Belfast linen. My eyes, I don't think, could handle anything any higher. And also I'll be using the Overdyed silk. So yeah, that will be a new start for me for the weekends. Then I thought I would do a Mother's Day new start for Maynia. Okay. Why not?
Why not?
A design that I have wanted for a very, very long time. I got it last month, March. I don't know. I got it sometime. You won't like it. The Brick House sampler.
No, I don't.
Because it's full. It's a house.
It's very pretty. I can appreciate the aesthetic value, but I would not want to stitch that.
I just loved this. So I've chosen a 28 count Evenweave fabric, and I've started getting some of the threads for that. So that's going to be a Mother's Day start for me, because I'll just treat myself. My son's in Melbourne. I won't see him, so I'll just do my own thing. And then,
nice.
Yeah. And the only other thing that I've really got to share is my Owl Forest embroidery kit that I received.
I like that.
The sleeping cat. It's just gorgeous. It's got one eye open and little mice running along the bottom. I'm not sure if you can see that very clearly, but it's so cute. So that's I'm not
very cute
when I'll start it, but it's there if I feel the need. That's pretty much it. It's not very exciting for me for May. I just got far too much going on.
Well, we did Maynia last year.
We did.
And we did it on the odd days of May.
Yep.
So 16 starts.
Yep.
We both worked on small Christmas designs, mostly. I also started my 2 family pieces that I showed you today, the ship and the marble ring.
Yes.
And I also worked on my current sales on their release dates. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to redo all the things I started last year or worked on last year on their days. So that'll be Modern Folk embroidery, the ship, the circle, And there was one Christmas one that I didn't finish. And that was one that Carolyn didn't like.
I didn't want to stitch it.
That's fine. You don't have to. Like I like your house, but I don't want to stitch it.
Exactly.
So I still got a little ways to go on my gnome.
Yes.
So all of those, bar the gnome, because the gnome's going to come out for bingo in June. So all of those pieces will get a full day. And I've already done my full day on Modern Folk because that was on the 1st.
Yep.
So I'm going to pick up my Harry Potter sale this month and do that as well as a Mania piece. Unfortunately, its release date was also the 1st, so that'll be touched on the 3rd.
Good.
So that's today. So that's going to get a full night of stitching tonight.
Yep.
Then I have another new family start I'm doing, which is another Nora Corbett. A lot of people have seen this being stitched.
But it's so pretty.
It's very pretty, and it's just my mother. She loves red. Yeah. So this is Miss Ladybug, and I love it. For somebody who never thought she'd stitch ladies, I'm doing pretty well.
You are.
And I'm going to stitch on Water Lily. Is this Witched? Feels like Witched.
Yep.
Because I don't mind stitching on Witched. Carolyn hates it.
I'm not a Witched linen fan. I like Permin linen though.
I think I've got some of that too.
But so this is my range.
So this is what the colours that look like on the. I don't have the white because Carolyn was sold out of B5200, so we have to wait for that. But I think those reds really pop off that green colour. Gorgeous. Yep. And you can't see the true colour on camera. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky.
So that'll be another family start. So that's on the 9th.
Yep.
Then I have a secret start that I can't show you. Ooh. And then I'm going to start all the other projects that I know that I have to start. For the rest of the year for the Around the World Challenge. So just bear with me while I open up my spreadsheet, because I can't remember what they all are. One of them is Yellow Submarine.
Yep.
And that is a Blackbird design. So this is my first Blackbird design.
So cute.
And I love this. I saw one of the ladies on it was either Pam or Steph from Just Keep Stitching who was stitching that, and I loved it.
Very cute.
And I've always wanted it. And then when Carolyn bought her shop, it was there. So I had to get that. So that's Yellow Submarine. I also have a Mandala llama, which is really cute.
Oh, that just sounds really cool. Dalai Lama.
I'm going to stitch, I don't have the fabric with me, but I'm going to stitch this on 22 count Water Garden, which is a piece of fabric dyed by Stitches and Spice. They're an Australian dye, but I don't think they exist anymore.
No.
Again, something else I found in Carolyn's shop and just decided to buy because who doesn't want light green 22 count?
Absolutely.
I'm also starting a Satsuma Street. So this is Taurus.
Yeah.
I really like her patterns, again, because they're so bright and colourful. And this one is tiny. So I'm stitching this on an offcut of 14 count Aida in navy blue.
Yep.
I know she stitches a lot of her stuff on black, but I'm just not a massive fan of black. I'd rather use navy blue instead of black.
Sorry about the washing machine.
I can't hear it.
Oh, good.
And I think the blues in that are going to really pop off the blue.
Well, the ship looks lovely on the navy.
The ship is looking lovely on the navy, so I think we'll be pretty safe. I'm also starting, because someone talked me into it, a pain-free crafts.
Who would do that?
I know. Who would talk me into starting another full coverage?
Who would enable you?
I don't know. Pain-free crafts rubber ducky dragon.
He's so gorgeous. Look at him.
I know. And so I'm starting him because I need something with a waterfall in it. He's you were only 270 by 350 stitches. So breeze.
Exactly.
So he'll be my next book. And he'll be on 25 count 1/1. I'm also starting, and just let me find it, another one for my son, because you know that's what you do when you have children.
You do. What's he chosen? Did he choose this one?
Yes. Because I had to have an anime start this month.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So he chose Pikachu. And I can't show you a picture because I only have the pattern. The pattern is free. It's on the Lord Liverdan website.
Everyone knows what Pikachu looks like, though.
I know. Oh, it's kind of like...
Yep. That'll do. Gives us
I'm doing that on a scrap of Evenweave that I got in a Sew It All sample pack, so I'm not even sure what it is. It kind of feels a bit like Joblin, but it could be Lugana. And for such a very small pattern, it has quite a lot of colours. So that'll be fun.
Well, that'll be fun. That's great.
I think that's... I'll also most likely be starting... 13th Colony.
Ah, yes. By the
I don't have a picture of the full one because I don't have a picture of them all together. But I'm also doing 13th Colony, starting 13th Colony from By the Bay Needle Art. And this is part 1. And it's a 3-part, and each one has a pretty funky tree in it.
Mm.
And I'm going to be stitching that on the same fabric that I stitch Yellow Submarine on, which is a light, what was it? French country French rain from Herman. Or 30. French, yep. So I've got that lying around somewhere. I thought I had it in a bag, but I don't. Okay. I don't know where it's on. Somewhere. I'll find it.
You can show us next time.
Probably then I'll have 2 or 3 open spaces. I'm not sure. So they'll be filled up with possibly 1 or 2 of the other beach buddies that I'm doing,
yep.
or 1 or 2 more of the Christmas gnomes.
Cool.
So that'll just be the spin of a wheel to see which one of those actually start. But all of these starts will just be like a 30-minute start. I'm not going to put a lot of effort into them because I don't have the time to try and get Wiccan Sampler finished and meet all of the round the world challenges. So the only ones that'll get full days are the WIPs that we've mentioned before.
Yep.
And I'm going to give the Rubber Ducky. Oh, Miss Ladybug will get a full day because she's a family piece now.
No.
And Rubber Ducky will get a full day because I'm not setting up a full coverage piece to do 5 stitches in. I'm going to try and stitch that one on the diagonal, which will be interesting. So that's my mania. It's going to be pretty manic.
Yes, sounds it.
And then so each day I will, if it's a new start that's just a start, it'll be 30 minutes of stitching on that and moving on to that day designated project.
Sounds good.
For me, my month is all planned.
Yay!
I can't show you because I don't have my diary with me. What a bugger.
Well, at least that should bring us all up to date now, and we
hopefully
make a more concerted effort to be updated a bit more often.
Yes, it was a bit of a disaster.
Well,
we are sorry that we haven't jumped on before this. It's just been completely manic. We do know we've still got our teddy bears to redraw because Yarn R never got back in touch with us. And we also need to draw the
Lady Gaga pattern.
Lady Gaga piece because we did get to 400 subscribers.
You did.
So we will do those draws and let you know the outcomes in our next Flosstube.
Well, that's another thing for Mania. We were going to try and do a weekly update. So we can plan on doing that next week and get some winners for those patterns out. Yeah, that'll be nice.
Get some winners and get them posted out because I'd rather see people stitching them than them sitting here in my house collecting dust.
Absolutely.
They're very nice.
Someone will love them.
The bear is very nice. Not my style to stitch.
No,
and Lady Gaga, not my subject matter.
Someone will love her. Someone will love her.
Someone will love her. And look, if I had someone in my family that loved Lady Gaga, I may have stitched that for them, but I don't.
I like Lady Gaga. I just don't like that one.
I'm stitching you a very large dragon, so there's no Lady Gaga for you.
I'd rather have the dragon. Well, I think that's it for us today. Yeah. Thank you for watching this far. If you've got this far with us, that's absolutely awesome. And as we said, we will try and get on next week and do a little bit shorter updates and keep more, up to date with everything now that it's...
it's a bit overwhelming when we don't and we've got all this stuff to show.
It is, most definitely. All right.
When you've got stuff sitting next to you like this that...
Hi. All right, well, hopefully you have enjoyed that and we will see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.
See you then. Bye.